is going on, everybody? What is going on? It's your boy, Dr. Holly Mays, man, on this edition of Daily Manna. Listen, y'all, I need y'all to help me out this morning because my daughter, for some reason, has downloaded TikTok. And I'm not everybody know I'm a pretty simple guy, but she downloaded TikTok on my phone, and I don't know how to get it off my phone, y'all. So I got TikTok playing on my phone. I'm not even really sure why she was on TikTok, a 4-year old, but y'all pray for me, amen. Listen, man, we got a great show for you guys, man. I'm so excited about today's show. I really want you guys to chime in this morning because we're going to be dealing with a really it's not controversial, but man, we got to talk about it, man, because there's just too much of it going on. It really is. So you guys give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Make sure you guys share this. Excuse me. Make sure you please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dr. Holly Mays Network, which we are getting ready to change to Mays Media Group. And thank you, baby. I appreciate it. My wife told me she'll take it off because I have no idea why TikTok is on my phone. I promise you, I will not be using. There will be no TikTok videos for me. Amen. So listen, today, guys, we are going to be dealing with being bitter will cause you to become the three B's. Okay? Being bitter will cause you to become the three B's. And I'm going to list out those three B's because guess what? I promise you, we got some folk on here that's calling that's already putting their little emphasis on what one of those B's is. But I really want to talk to you guys about this, man, because there's too many bitter people in the world. When I say bitter, I'm going to define bitterness, okay? Because bitterness is something that will cause someone to get out of your purpose and get out of alignment with your true destiny. So I'm going to talk about it today. Do me a favor, guys, before we do anything, man. I need you. This show doesn't work without you. So listen, if you get a chance, if you look at the bottom of the screen, hey, we need your cash apps, okay? I'm not one of those guys that say cash app $30. No, I'm not doing that. But hey, listen, we need you to support the show. The show does not work without you. We're trying to go to a bigger platform. Y'all see this banner behind me? We want this banner to say Daily Manna and not Bishop Chronicles Podcast. Of course, I do love my Bishop Chronicles Podcast, which you can check out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure you download the latest version of it, okay? Cool. But listen, today we are talking about being bitter will cause you to become the three B's. What are the three B's? Okay, let's go ahead and make it happen. The three B's are broken. Being bitter will cause you to be broken. Being bitter will cause you to be broke financially. And watch this. Being bitter will cause you to operate in brokenness. Okay? Once again, it will cause you to be broke financially. It will cause you to be broken physically. And it will cause you to operate in brokenness psychologically. Okay? And we're going to talk about that because the problem with being bitter is the fact that most people don't even know they're bitter. They want people to accept them in their bitterness. They want people to accept the fact that you're having a bad day. And the problem with me having to accept the fact that you're having a bad day is I'm having a great day, and I want to share my great day with you, but because you're dealing with something so bad that you can't get over or you can't come out of, now, watch this, now you bring your bitter self into my environment and want me to dummy myself down so that I can now accept your bitterness. And we have to stop that, people, because one of the biggest problems with being bitter is the psychological toll that it have on you. But before we get into the psychological toll, let's concentrate on the definition of bitterness, okay? All right, now, this is what I want you guys to do, because y'all know bitter people. You might even be bitter yourself. So I want you to give me your best definition. If you can put down in the comments your best definition of bitterness. Okay, your best definition of bitterness. But I'm going to give you my definition of bitterness. Bitterness is the lack of understanding the value of joy. I made it simple for you. The lack of understanding and the value of joy. You are bitter when you do not understand the value of joy. Well, hold on, man. I had something catastrophic going in my life. I can understand that. But watch this. Even my mother passed last year. Okay, well, I buried my mother last January. That caused me to walk around with a chip on my shoulder. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But watch this now. I had to get over that. I don't get over the fact that my mother's not here, but I have to get over the thing that caused me to be down, that thing that caused me to walk around with a chip on my shoulder, that thing that caused me to not want to talk to people or trip on people or get frustrated or not operating in my fullness. That's what bitterness does. It allows you to disconnect from joy. And you have people walking around right now that don't, matter of fact, it's not that you don't want joy, it's that you don't understand the value of joy. Everybody wants to be happy. I don't care who you are. Everybody wants to be happy. But when you don't understand the value of being happiness, when you don't understand the value of having joy in your life, then guess what? You walk around, you're a walking, talking, breathing, operating bitter factory. That's exactly what you are. Once again, y'all have heard me talk about my mother a lot, and once again, I love her dearly, but my mom was bitter. My mom was bitter at a lot of things that happened in her childhood. She was bitter at a lot of things that happened in her growing up. She was bitter at a lot of things that happened in her relationship. She was just bitter, and her bitterness transposed into her everyday life. So everybody she came in contact with, even though she was a lovely looking woman, she was a smart woman, she was had a great heart, because of her bitterness, a lot of people never saw that side of her. They never saw that side of her because she never learned to understand the fullness and the value of just having joy. Some people will hold on to things every single day. You will hold on to your baby daddy issues. My son's mother right now is so bitter that she can't even make rational decisions for her own son. And I'm not trying to throw her out there. That's why I didn't give her a name. But those that know me know who she is. She is so bitter that you can't make rational decisions. When you are bitter, guess what? You are psychologically impaired. You are psychologically impaired because the only thing that you can focus on mentally is that thing that got you messed up in the first place. So many people stay stuck on what they dealt with, their past. And you hope time, and everybody knows me, know I say this, you hope time will cure or overshadow what you have been through. But you have to understand, you have to deal with bitterness. So let's talk about the three B's. Let's talk about the three B's real quick. Okay, once again, I told you guys, we are talking about how being bitter will cause you to become the three B's. The first B is broke. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's broke. You listen, if you are bitter, no one will want to do business with you. I don't care how much you charge, how much you give me as an honorarium to come preach or to speak at your engagement. If I know that you have a bad attitude and you are bitter and you don't understand joy and you don't like life, I will not deal with you. Quit dealing with bitter people. Quit dealing with people that make your day become bad. Because don't nobody want to make money, give money, or take money from somebody who got an attitude, no problem. No one wants to do business with you. Half of the reason, watch this now, half of the reason a lot of people are not economically where they need to because they got a bad attitude. They got a bad outlook on life. You think someone owes you something, but when you're bitter, you think that, hey, it's everybody else's fault instead of your own. So you can't make money. Don't nobody want to make money with you. Your team, your partnerships will not last long because you are still dealing with something that has you bitter. When you are bitter, let me tell you something. Blessing, it's hard for blessings to come to you. When you are, I know people don't like talking like this, but when you are bitter, when you got an attitude problem, you can't tell me why you keep an attitude problem. And I'm not going to stay on being broke too long, but I just want you to understand the reason why you do not manifest miracle signs and wonders is because you got a bad attitude. The Bible says, do not do as the Gentiles do in the futility of their mind, which means that, hey, listen, if you want something from me, don't do what they doing. Don't think like they're thinking. Don't harbor what they're harboring. Don't carry what they're carrying. When you carry that, don't don't you understand people can see your past, or you harboring your past, or you having relationship issues? If you want to be married or you want to be in a relationship but you're not, have you ever thought about that it might be something to do with you? And I get it. Nobody really likes talking about that. The reason you don't have a lot of friends, that's your fault. It ain't because you picky about who you dealing with. No, you don't have friends because nobody want to be around you. Your attitude can manifest things. I'm going to say it again. Your attitude can manifest things. Some of the reason why some people don't have things, and I'm talking about monetary things, I'm talking about material things, it's because you got a bad attitude. You don't operate in thankfulness. If you are bitter, you can't be thankful. Sometimes we take for granted life. We take for granted family. We take for granted relationships. We take for granted, husbands, wives, children, mothers, fathers, mentors, spiritual fathers, mothers, co-workers. We take for granted of those things. I knew a guy right now, guys, watch this. He is the best employee at our job, but he will never get a promotion because he got a bad attitude. Bitterness will leave you broke. I'm telling you right now, being bitter will cause you to be broke. Money doesn't even want to deal with you when you got a bad attitude or when you are bitter. Money don't even want to deal with you. I'm serious. Because you'll spend it on things that will make you and other people stay bitter. The next thing, man, is not only will it leave you broke, it will leave you broken. It will cause you to become broken. This is emotionally. When you are bitter, watch this, you are broken emotionally. So many people think they can deal with their emotional drama and trauma. I'm going to say it again. So many people think that they can deal with their emotional drama and trauma. You are emotionally compromised. You are broken. I'm not saying you're shattered. You can be put back together. But you are broken because of your bitterness. Your bitterness has come. You can be bitter. Watch this now. You can be bitter, but when it becomes bitterness, that means you now have a long-standing operational procedure of operating and doing things in bitterness. You do not have joy. You have a lack of joy. And being bitter can leave you broken. If you're sad all the time, frustrated all the time, depressed and feel like the world is against you and feel like you can't win for losing, and you're like this all the time, you are bitter. You are lacking joy. You need to get around some folk or get around some things that's going to put joy in your life. Money will not bring you joy. Okay? Money will not bring you joy. It will bring you a piece of joy, but it won't bring you total joy. A relationship. So too many people are trying to keep relationships because you think that'll bring you out of your funk. That'll bring you out of what happened to you in your last relationship. No, if you're not out of what you went through in your last relationship, before you get in the other one, all you're doing is carrying baggage. That's all you're doing. And you're operating in broken. You're being broken. And that's why your spouse, y'all get into arguments. That's why your spouse don't understand you. That's why you and your spouse don't have a lot in common, or they don't want to deal with you or this, that, and the other, because you're broken. And you don't realize that you're broken. And too many people are missing out on their purpose. They're missing out on life. They're missing out on what God had for them because you can't get past your bitterness because now you've evolved into being broken. You're broken. All you talk about is bitter stuff. You can't get to the next level or get to the next stage in what God had for you because your mindset and your emotions are still stuck on being bitter. And you're broken. And everybody sees that you're broken. And everybody knows that you're broken. But you're the only one. You're like a crack addict that says, hey, listen, I don't have a problem. I can stop whenever I want. But you've been on crack for 20 years. You lost everything. You don't have nothing, but you still believe in your mind that you can beat this. No. You need to face reality. When you are bitter and you become broken, you need to face reality. You need help. Too many people are trying to deal with emotional issues on their own. I was talking to some pastors the other day, and I didn't realize how catastrophic their situation was. And I said, well, why are you trying to do this on your own? Why don't you understand that when you are broken, you need help? Because when your emotions are out of whack, you'll do anything. You're not thinking rationally. Like I told y'all earlier, my son's mama, her emotions are out of whack. You don't think rationally. And when you don't think rationally, you think you're making the best decision when in reality it only benefits you and nobody else. That's what bitter people do. They become extremely selfish. Bitter people become extremely selfish. And I'm trying to explain to everybody, this is not the season for you to be bitter, because the enemy is banking on the fact that you stay broken. The enemy is banking on the fact that you don't see that you are broken and you are bitter and you are battered and you are bruised and you are bewildered. He's hoping you don't see that. He's hoping that you don't connect with anybody that acknowledges or tell you honestly, hey, listen, you are broken. You are battered. You are emotionally compromised. You are not operating correctly. Everybody cannot be your hype gallery. Anybody that won't tell you the truth, that won't tell you. Now, you may not listen to the truth, but you got to stay around people that's going to tell you the truth, because you need to get the understanding that you are beat down, broken, battered, and bruised. And before long, you're going to keep taking those punches. And what happens when you keep hitting broken glass? It becomes shattered, and you can't even put it back together again. And now you start contemplating suicide. I'm trying to be real with some people, because I know too many church folk that are battered, that are bitter. You're bitter. And now you're broken. And all the hallelujahs in the world and all the thank you Jesuses in the world will not help your bitterness, because you don't even think you're bitter. You don't even think you're broken. No one wants to deal with you or be with you, and you don't get the understanding that you are bitter. You think everybody hating on you. Everybody not hating on you if they saying the same thing. If since you was 11, folk was saying you this, that, and the other, what makes you think when you 30 and they still saying it doesn't went away? It did not. So bitterness will cause you to be broke financially, economically. It will cause you to it will cause you to become broken emotionally. You can't keep a relationship. You can't keep a man. You can't keep a woman, because you're still dealing with daddy issues. You're still dealing with mama issues. You're still dealing with baby daddy issues. You're still dealing with baby mama issues. You can't even look at the thing at hand, because guess what? You don't even recognize that you're broken and what caused you to be broke. You don't want to acknowledge that your daddy is the reason. You don't want to acknowledge that your baby daddy, the only reason you mad at him is because he moved on without you. The only reason you're mad at your baby mama is because she happy without you. You can't get past the fact that so you're broken. And now that you're broken, you begin, watch this now, bitterness will cause you to operate in brokenness. So now the things you do, the things you say, the manner in which you move is broken. So when you talk, when you deal with people, you're operating in brokenness. It's a way of life for you now. You don't know how to come from bitterness. You don't know how to come out of being battered and bruised. You keep going into relationship after relationship, and you're looking for something that's going to leave you bitter, because now your mind needs the bitterness in order to function. When a person starts using crack, they're not hooked as soon as they get crack. Use crack. They're not. They have to use it enough times. And when you mix that with the broken stuff that's already in their life, guess what? They start operating in a manner because now their body needs to be that way. Your body needs to have crack. So now, guess what? Your body, it's a habit. It becomes a habit. Being bitter can become a habit. I'm trying to help somebody. Being bitter can become a habit. Some of you are operating in the habit of being bitter. You wake up in the morning, you're not thankful. You're mad because you got to go to work. But you chose the job. You go to church and you checking your watch because you say the pastor talking too long. But you chose the pastor in the church. Sometimes, I'm telling you, when you operate in bitterness and it causes you to move and do things in bitterness, watch this now. Everything connected to you is going to get some of your bitterness. So now you start moving and operating and dealing with people, and now your bitterness has jumped on someone else's or in someone else's atmosphere. And watch this. Now they wondering what the heck is going on in their life. You know what's going on in their life now? They know you. And because they know you, they life done got worse. They life done got bitter. Now bad things are going on in their life. Listen, I'm not trying to get on nobody. I'm trying to tell you that being bitter, you got to find a way to get rid of that. You got to find a way to get rid of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help bitter people today. I'm going to help people that all you can do is be negative. I'm going to help all those people that all you can do is bash people. I'm going to help those people right now that all you can do is be an antagonist. I'm going to help all those people that are pessimists. I'm going to help all those narcissistic, lying, negative people. I'm going to help you right now because I'm going to give you my 3 ways to get out of bitterness. My 3 ways to get out of bitterness. Okay? I hope you got a pen and paper. I hope you got a pen and paper. My 3 ways to help you get out of bitterness. Okay? Before I do anything, y'all do me a favor. Y'all make sure y'all share this now. Y'all make sure y'all share this with your friends and your family members, all right? Because I want you to get this. I want you to get this, all right? Are we ready? Okay. The first way, I'm up and sharing this, guys, with some more people. The first way to get out of your bitterness is learn to be honest. Learn to be honest. What do you mean, Dr. Mays? What do you mean be honest? I'm real with myself. No, I didn't ask you to be real. I asked you to be honest. I'm not asking you to be real. Some of y'all are real, but you ain't honest. You hard, but you ain't honest. You are the weakest link. You are the weakest link in your family. You are the weakest link in your job. You are the weakest link in your ministry. You are the weak. Sometimes you just gotta watch this. You gotta be honest. Forget being real. I'm tired of real folks. Because I done met too many so-called real people that ain't honest. You got to be honest with the fact that you got issues. Don't nobody want to keep hearing about your same issues. If you're in a relationship and you say, well, I know I got problems. Wait, if you've been in a relationship for 15 years and you still know you got problems, but ain't did nothing about them, how long? You think he still want to be with you? He really don't. Nobody should have to adjust their mentality just to compensate yours. You got to be real you got to be honest with yourself. You got issues and you need counseling. You need to go back and deal with the problems that cause you to be bitter. That's what you need to do because you're making decisions based on your bitterness, your brokenness. And everybody sees it. So the first thing you got to do, you got to be honest. Once again, I'm not asking you to be real. All right? I'm not asking you to be real. Quit. I'm tired of real people. Real people play it out. Be honest. Be honest. And folk that know you, they need to be honest with you. They need to be honest with you. Bitterness can leave you in a broken place. It can leave you in a sunken place that make you contemplate suicide. And anybody that love you don't want you to commit suicide. So they want you here. So we have to fix your bitterness. But you got to be honest with yourself. The second thing, the first thing is being honest. The second thing you got to be, watch this now. The second thing is you got to be submissive. You got to be submissive. Well, I'm submissive. I'm a Christian. No, you ain't. You're submissive to Christianity, your church, and your pastor. You're not submissive to who you are. I'm going to say that again. You're submissive to your church, your pastor, to looking the look and walking the walk and talking the talk, but you're not submissive to who you really are. Okay? You have to be submissive. You have to humble yourself to your imperfections. Hear what I'm telling you. You have to humble yourself to your imperfections. Listen, I know I'm not perfect. You can get at me all you want to. I have not always been the best father. I have not always been the best husband. I've not always been the best son, son-in-law, brother-in-law. I've not always been the best friend. You got to be submissive to the fact that you had some issues. You got issues. Because only will you, when you get submissive, will number 3 happen. You got to be honest that you got issues. When you realize that you got issues, submit to the issues. And when I say submit, that doesn't mean give way to the issues. That means have an understanding that the issues got you. They got you. They are governing your life. Your baby daddy issues, your daddy issues, your mama, they are governing your thought process. They are governing your, and watch this, they are governing your worship. They are governing your praise. They are governing your manifestations. I'm just telling you right now, they are. You have to be humble and say, I got issues. I am a walking issue. The third thing is when you humble yourself to the issue, go get help for the issue. Too many people just don't want to get help because you don't want people to know you got a problem. Listen, I told my church, this is the year of exposure. If you don't expose yourself, situation and circumstances will expose you. God does not have to expose you because you got so many issues that will expose you. Quit thinking that God don't cause you to be exposed. God is not going to cause you to be exposed because you are doing a very good job of exposing yourself. I don't need God to tell me you're a liar. You done told enough lies for me to know that you're a liar. I don't need God to give me no oracle sign to tell me that you're an adulterer. I see how you act around women. I don't need God to give me no special sign to let me know you ain't governing the church right. I'm a member of your church. I see you. Get help for the issue. Get help for the issue. Get help for that thing that is going to cause you to lose everything. Get help for that thing, but you got to be submissive. Somebody got to be able to tell. There's too many people out here, can't nobody tell you nothing. There's too many people that don't want to hear the bad stuff that you got going on. But you call me your friend, or you call me your husband, or you their wife, or their mother, and you claim we cool and we best buddies, but the minute I tell you about you, you want to go into defense mode. Too many people don't like to hear the negative stuff they got going on. Let me tell you something. In me, I know I got negative stuff going on. I know I'm not always the best pastor. I know I'm not always the best spiritual father. I don't need no genius to tell me that because I'm honest with who I am. Some of y'all preachers ain't honest with who you are. That's why you getting caught doing stuff. Folk finding out you gay, you done slept with them. You be honest. You don't have to keep up a front. Bitterness will cause you to keep up a front that you can't maintain. Get help. Number 1, first thing, be honest with yourself. If you're bitter, you're bitter. If you're broke, you're broke. If you're operating in brokenness, you're operating in brokenness. If you are bitter, you are bitter. I'm mad. I'm frustrated. I don't like the way they did me. I don't like what they said to me. I didn't like the outcome of this. I'm still frustrated. I'm still dealing with it. I'm messed up about it. Be honest. Be honest. The second thing is, be submissive. I'm weak. It's okay to tell yourself you're weak. It's okay to tell. The Bible says we have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. It's okay for you to be weak. Quit trying to be a strong man in a bitter situation. You are weak. You are frail. And you are losing. I'm telling you the truth. So learn to be submissive. And the next thing is get you some help. Get you some help. Because what you think you're doing going through life, people will leave you alone and you will miss out on opportunities. You will miss out on God's graces and blessings and mercies because you can't get past 1995. You can't get past your first boyfriend. You can't get past the fact that your daddy raped you or molested you. You can't get past the fact that your mother walked out on you. You can't get past the fact. And no, I'm not those are great issues and you shouldn't have an issue. What I'm telling you is you got to get over them. I'm sorry. Some people don't like that, but you got to get over that stuff. I don't want no woman that got daddy issues. I'm not your daddy. I'm your man. I know no woman don't want no man that got mama issues. She not your mama. She your wife. Your kids don't need to be living your dream because you got hurt in college and you can't get over it. He got his own dreams. Embrace his own dreams. Listen, I'm about to get out of here, guys. Pray that this was something beneficial for you. Y'all see the Cash App down at the bottom. Please, please, please. This show does not work if it's not for you guys, okay? So listen, we got a lot of things we're trying to do. We're trying to get better lighting. We're trying to get a different studio. We're trying to make sure we change the banner. That can't happen without your help. So listen, the Cash App is down below, Dr. Holly Mays. I love you guys with the love of the Lord, man. I pray that this has been a blessing to you. I pray that this is something that has caused you to go back and relook at yourself. Because let me tell you something. And y'all know me. I'm very honest. Y'all know me. Nobody loves or likes or wants to deal with folk that don't even like themselves. It's hard for me to like you and you don't like yourself. It's hard for me to trust you and you don't trust yourself. And watch this. It's hard for me to do business with somebody who don't even do business with themselves. So listen, guys. Bitterness causes you to be broke, causes you to become broken, causes you to operate in brokenness. Okay? Ways to get over that, be honest with yourself, please. All right? Submit yourself. Be submissive. Somebody need to be able to tell you something. And number 3, go get you some help. I'm not saying it to be funny. I promise you I'm not. Go get you some help. The same way you talk to your homegirls on Facebook or your homeboys in the lodge or the meetings or whatever the case may be. Now go get you some professional help because they can't help you because you don't know how broke they are. Sometimes the reason why people stay broke is because you deal with broke folk. But listen, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Love you guys with the love of the Lord. Hey, make sure you guys go to appointedapparel.com. Listen, this great shirt, man. I'm telling you, it's only $19.95, man. The Appointed, Anointed, and Elected series. Man, we got a great photo shoot coming for you guys. A lot of different apparel, man. So, man, y'all go and support it at appointedapparel.com, man. Man, we just want you to wear your anointing on you, man, so everybody can see it, man. Love you with the love of the Lord. Remember to uplift Christ wherever you go and make the rest of your day the best of your day. God bless you guys. I am out of here.